Jannik Sinner reveals biggest regret after tough Novak Djokovic loss. It hurts. The Australian Open crowd was primed for a blockbuster final between the sport's two brightest young stars, Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Instead, Novak Djokovic once again reminded the tennis world that time, pressure, and expectations still bend to his will in Melbourne. 4 months shy of his 39th birthday, the Serbian icon produced a vintage performance to eliminate the two-time defending champion Sinner in a gripping 4-hour and 9-minute battle, winning 3-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, and booking his place in a record-extending 11th Australian Open men's singles final. For Sinner, the defeat was more than just a lost semifinal. It was a missed opportunity that cut deep, emotionally and competitively. Yeah, a lot. Sinner doesn't hide the pain when asked in his post-match press conference how much the loss hurt. Sinner didn't try to mask the disappointment. Yeah, a lot, the Italian admitted. It was a very important slam for me. Knowing the background, these things can happen. It was a good match from both of us, and I had my chances, but I couldn't use them, and that's the outcome. So it hurts for sure. Those words summed up the night perfectly. This wasn't a one-sided defeat or a match where Sinner was outplayed across the board. Instead, it was a high-level chess match decided by razor-thin margins. Margins that Djokovic has mastered over nearly 2 decades at the top of the sport. Momentum, confidence, and big numbers coming into the match. Sinner had reason to believe this was his moment. He arrived on a 5-match winning streak against Djokovic, a run that included some of the most significant victories of his career. He was defending champion, playing with confidence, and statistically, he delivered a massive performance. Over 4 hours on court, Djokovic had to withstand a barrage of 72 winners from the Italian. Sinner also served 26 aces, the highest ace count of his career in a single match, consistently putting pressure on Djokovic's return games. On paper, those numbers often spell victory, but tennis isn't played on paper. Alongside the fireworks came costly errors. Sinner finished with 42 unforced errors, many of them arriving at the worst possible moments. Against most opponents, that might still be enough. Against Djokovic at the Australian Open, it rarely is that in a single turning point. Just missed chances when asked when the match began to slip away. Sinner refused to point to one defining moment. There is not one moment, to be honest, he explained. I had my chances. It was the 5th set, many break points, and I couldn't use them. He came up with some great shots. That answer revealed the true frustration of the loss. This wasn't about one bad game or one loose shot. It was about opportunities, repeated opportunities, that went unconverted. Djokovic faced a staggering 18 break points throughout the match and somehow saved 16 of them. In the final set alone, Sinner generated 8 break points across 2 brutal service games early on. Each time, Djokovic responded with fearless serving, pinpoint aggression, or defensive brilliance that turned pressure into momentum. It was a masterclass in survival. Djokovic's relentless resistance from the outside. It felt like Djokovic was constantly under siege. Sinner dictated large portions of play, especially when stepping inside the baseline and attacking with his forehand. Yet, Djokovic absorbed the pressure with almost unnatural calm. The Serbian's ability to raise his level on breakpoints proved decisive. Whether it was a perfectly timed ace, a daring serve and volley, or a backhand laser down the line, Djokovic repeatedly erased danger. For Sinner, watching breakpoint after breakpoint slip away only added to the emotional weight of the match. This is where Djokovic's experience loomed largest. He has lived these moments countless times in Melbourne, and he knows exactly how to manage them. The regret that lingers looking back on the match. Sinner admitted that some of his tactical choices simply didn't pay off. I decided sometimes to try a couple of different things, but today they didn't work, he said. That's tennis. I felt the level was great from both of us. It was a bit of a roller coaster, and it happened today. That regret, trying to change things at key moments instead of fully trusting what brought him success, seemed to linger most. Against Djokovic, even slight deviations can be costly. The Serbian thrives on uncertainty, feeding off hesitation and half chances. Still, Sinner was careful not to frame the loss as a collapse. He acknowledged the quality on both sides and accepted that fine margins often decide matches at this level. That a painful loss, but not a defining Oni's hard as the defeat was. It also reinforced an important truth. Jannik Sinner belongs on this stage. Pushing Djokovic to 5 sets at the Australian Open, while holding multiple chances to tilt the match his way, is no small achievement. Yes, it hurts. Yes, the regret will linger. But this semifinal also showed that Sinner is no longer chasing the legends. He's challenging them, shot for shot, moment for moment. Djokovic may have taken another step toward history in Melbourne, but Sinner walked away with something just as valuable. Proof that his time is coming. Even if, on this night, it wasn't yet his turn.